All right, this is Nate Riggs with NateRiggs.com, and I'm here with Jim Lecinski, who's the Managing Director of U.S. Sales and Service at Google. So thanks very much for joining me today, Jim.
Super. Hey, Nate.
So you just got off stage on the panel discussion, which was a great discussion, and some of the things that I thought was interesting, you note that Google kind of wears three hats, you wear three hats, one being the ad suite, obviously, and then the insight engine for B2B, and then Google as a marketer.
That's right.
Talk a little bit about some of the details that go along with wearing each of those hats and what you do.
Yeah, so sort of that first hat that I mentioned is our suite of products, which probably most people are familiar with Google Search. So if somebody types a B2B type of search, industrial stroll compressor part number XYZ123, and you make those kind of products, we would want to make sure that you showed up both in the paid and the natural or the organic search results. Make sure your videos appear on YouTube, make sure your branch locations appear on Google Maps, etc. So that's how we would partner with many of the attendees here at the conference to help power their B2B marketing plans.
Okay.
The second is just an insights engine, right? So we have literally billions of searches that are happening all around the world on Google.com each and every day. Many of those are B2B related searches. So if people are interested in identifying trends, what are things that are waxing and waning in terms of what the world is searching for, maybe more specifically what their B2B audience is searching for, you can go to Google Insights for Search. Instead of remembering the URL, just put Google Insights for Search in the search box, and it'll pull up a little interface where you can type in the kind of queries that you care about, maybe your brand name, maybe your competitor's brand name, maybe products or services that you offer, business process outsourcing, and it'll show you growth or decline in trends for that, and then it'll show you by region or country around the world, even down to the DMA level, and it'll also show you related search terms. So if you put in business process outsourcing, maybe a rising search, for instance, hypothetically could be Ireland, right? If people are really, really interested this week in that, and you do that, well, there's some insight, right? So that might be something you want to put in your print ad this week. Completely unrelated to our ad product.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that Google is more than just the search box that you go to find information on what you're looking for.
Yeah. So those tools are all free, and a lot of the B2B marketers in the room here sort of use that as one more piece of intelligence or insight to help build their marketing campaigns, whether those are online or offline marketing campaigns.
Okay, very cool. Now, one of the things, the quotes from your presentation, no compromises is the new norm for B2B buyers. Yeah. I really think that's interesting. Can you expand on that idea?
Yeah, I mean, the question came from Diane, our great moderator here, which is, how has the world changed post-recession, and what is there such a thing as the new normal? And, I made the point that most of the marketers, most of the B2B buyers have had their CapEx budgets, their investment budgets, their IT budgets, their procurement budgets slashed greatly, like we all have, right? And the budget tightening, belt tightening has come along with the tightening of the global economy. So as a result, B2B buyers now have to get exactly what they want with no compromises. I can't hope it sort of works. Maybe is not good enough. Probably is not good enough. So as a result, you see people now putting into the search box on whether it's Google.com or even on YouTube.com, which is the second biggest search engine in the world, long strings of queries, right? Replacement scroll compressor with aluminum engine and green, eco-friendly, etc.
Really going down the long tail.
Yeah, exactly. Right down the long tail, because they want what they want, because they have to get that, because that's only what their budget will afford.
Okay.
So you need to be findable in those cases.
Okay. So then, in terms of social media, a lot of the talk today is this idea of engage, and we've used that word probably 500 times today. Yeah. In talking about social media and engagement, social media is a means, not an end, and you must first know how the people can best find you. What's kind of behind that statement?
Yeah, I mean, I think it sort of goes back to the shiny object syndrome, right? There's always going to be a new shiny object, whether it's an iPhone app or whether it's search or whether it's YouTube or whether it's social. And so the point I made on stage on the panel was, it's not just about doing it because it's the cool, shiny thing, right? Yeah. It needs to be a means to accomplish a business end, right? So if the business end is customer retention, you need to now start to ask, what's the best way to help me retain customers? Now, maybe it's like Comcast is doing in the B2B space. They have a robust presence on Twitter to up the level of customer service.
Yeah.
But social, in that case, or Twitter specifically for Comcast, is not just because it's the cool, shiny object. It's helping them retain customers in the B2B space because they're raising the level of customer service.
Absolutely. So it's interesting you bring up Twitter. We're talking about search, and now we have Twitter as this real-time search engine that has a different type of an algorithm.
Yeah.
And now I noticed too, you go to Google and you type in, Twitter after any keyword, and it'll pull up tweet results.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about how Google is integrating with Twitter in terms of search?
Yeah, I mean, I think personalization, real-time, location-based things are all increasingly important markers that our Google searchers, our users, are looking for when they have a relevant search result in mind. Nate, you and I want to go out for dinner tonight, and we put in steakhouses. Well, we probably need those to be in Chicago, and we probably need those to be open tonight, and we might also like those to be something that our friends have recommended or visited. So we're starting to pull these markers like location into the search results. You often see a map when you type in Chicago steakhouses. And now, as you alluded to, we'll see tweets in real time. Easy B2C example is during the finale the other day of American Idol. If I put in Lee Duise's name in the search box, I'll see a real-time stream of results from my social graph and from other social sites, Twitter being prime among them, with what the world is searching for and what the world is saying in real time.
So, just to kind of end things up, if you were going to pick one of the biggest initiatives at Google that's kind of going forward in 2010, without sharing any secrets, obviously, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, I made the point on stage that especially for the B2B audience, it's video, video, video.
Yeah.
You can't be everywhere. You can't scale. You can't have 10 million unlimited sales reps who are going out and making face-to-face calls. So we talk about the zero moment of truth. This is sort of before the sales call when your buyer is searching, narrowing down, learning about who makes what. Got to have a video of your product catalog with a walk around, with a quick demo, etc. And I think people tend to think, YouTube is for 14-year-olds with dogs on skateboards and Lady Gaga, and it's all that. But this is the fourth biggest website in the world. There's, just by raw absolute numbers, tons of B2B activity going on, and Jeff from 3M made the point too that you've got to be there.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Good.
The interview was so good that apparently the lights were dimming and doing kind of strange things.
We've dimmed the lights down.
So I thank you very much for the interview.
My pleasure, Nate. Thanks. Thanks, so.